$10 a pop. Last year I believe we sold around $2,700 worth of tickets, which the go-kart itself is valued around $2,900. So that's a hell of a sponsor to have right there. Every ounce of money that we take in for that raffle tickets, that goes back towards payout. So that's a huge sponsor right there. Of course, Burris Racing. I mean, what can I say about Kurt Burris? Kurt from the word get-go, I mean, he has been a loyal supporter of me. Not just with helping me out sponsorship-wise, but what he does for local racing, even the big money racing and stuff. I mean, like you said before, I mean, Robbie Settles down at Bourbon City is going to have a big race the following week after that on July 30th. I mean, Burris Racing is a big part of that also. Of course, Burris Racing has a huge part of the $50,000 insane one. So they do so much, and like I said, just like the red plate beginners class, the warm up, the green plate warm up. I mean, those are $15 entry fees that these kids will get to run for. They'll get a $15 entry fee, and they'll get a run for a set of brand new SS33A tires. I mean, this is not a voucher. It's not a gift certificate. The winner will take home a brand new set of tires. So that's awesome. I mean, that's very awesome right there. We also have Showtime Cuts. Billy Vandergriff is on board again this year. He was on board last year. Thank Billy for that. I got to thank Excalibur Racing Engines out in Indiana, Greer Brother Racing, Brian Billings from Kentucky. He's a sponsor this year, just like last year. Rick Newhart, he helps out with the champ class as far as sponsorship. Trailer Tires and Wheels up in Eden, Ohio, they come aboard as a big sponsor this year. Tom's Masonry and RGP Speed Shop, they come aboard and help out. Rage Chassis, Kentucky Anna Kart Shop, Subway, Greg Miller from Subway, local here in Lancaster, Ohio. Greg has been with me too from the word get-go. He's helped me out. Collision One Body Shop in Westerville, Ohio. Matt has always helped us out on sponsorship. No Limit Carts and Parts out of Michigan. AJ Thompson, super guy. He helped us out last year and helped us out again this year. WHR Woolly Hollow Racing Engines. Dan Simon out of West Virginia always has helped me out from day one. Mike Dickerson Racing MDR. Big thanks to Mike. I mean, he always helps me out. Classic Ford Lincoln Mercury in Cambridge, Ohio. Rubbered Up Tire Tech. Doug Sterling. He was aboard last year and came aboard again this year. Dutro Ford Lincoln Nissan in Zanesville. They're another sponsor that come aboard this year. Another new sponsor. Rampage Racing Engines. Doug Brown out of Hamilton, Ohio, another loyal supporter, and Bowman Enterprises, Andy Bowman. Andy always helps out with a cash sponsor, and then Andy's really good about like getting S&M, Kart Supply, and Target Distributing on board. We'll be giving away a lot of stuff as far as EK chains, and I know we've got some body kits, an adult body kit to give away. We got a junior body kit to give away. All that is a big part of Bowman Enterprises. Keller Performance out in Indiana, Andy Keller. Andy's been with me from the word get-go also. Been a loyal supporter of mine. This year, Don Spadarico and Colin Spadarico from Spats Graphics in New York. They will be doing all my checks, all my winner's checks. I really appreciate them coming on board, and I know that they're going to do some really sick-looking designs on some checks and stuff. I've already seen some copies of them, so I mean I'm pumped up about that. Chafin Racing Engines out of Port Clinton, Ohio. Ron Chafin. I've known Ron for a long, long time, and I got to thank Ron for coming aboard. We're finally up into his area now, and I know they're going to be very loyal supporters of this. Shortcuts Tires out of Illinois. Buddy Wilson coming on board this year too. And Ron Moon from Moon Power in Indiana, another loyal supporter of mine. G21 Card Shop. This is a good friend of mine, Nate Gressman. He come aboard this year and is going to do a sponsorship. We've got Sniper Bodies. They came aboard. RJ Sailor Racing Engines. That's another engine builder up in the Eden area, up in the state line area. RJ's been up there for years, and he come aboard this year. We have Speed Concepts, which they're going to be the one that'll be donating, like I said, an adult body and a junior body. It'll be a voucher or a gift certificate. They won't have the bodies. You won't take them home with you, but you'll be able to get them. And like I said before, Target Distributing and S&M Cart Supply. So those are my sponsors, and one that I cannot forget. I almost did, and I cannot believe I did it. Double Deuce Karting Media. Ed and Regina, awesome. I mean, they've been with me from the very first year, and wherever I decide to go, they say that they're going to be there with me. So, Ed last year, instead of taking photos and stuff like that, I mean, we did end up being a man short as far as corner flagman. Ed jumped right in, jumped aboard and did what we needed to do. And also Trick Connection Racing, Bill Williams out of Fort Laramie, Ohio. Bill is he's definitely helped me in more ways than just the sponsorship. I mean, Bill has been there with me, parking people when they come in and stuff, and Bill will be there from the time I'm there till the time I leave. So, like I said, in KKP also, John Keister come aboard this year as a new sponsor also. So, it's a good thing. It's a good thing to have all these sponsors. It's really a good thing, and I'm so glad that these guys, these companies, these businesses. I mean, and there's even some that has nothing to do with racing. That's a really good sign right there when you have, dealerships and body shops and stuff that will jump aboard to do it. So, I mean, like I said, things are really good. And like I said, I can't ask for better sponsors. I mean, what I ask them to donate and give me, it's a lot. And they know it, I know it, and hopefully on the 23rd, when it's time for payouts, I mean, all the people that's got the money, that won the money and stuff, I mean, they'll be thankful for what all these sponsors have done.
Well, I think, everybody's pretty thankful for, last year's stuff, man, because, again, I'll beat up last year, the changing the payouts and how many got paid back was nothing but a class act by you and the missus. And speaking of the missus, I'm sure she can't wait till this is over. she gets a week or two.
I don't think I can wait until it's over. I mean, it is. But it's a good thing. It really is. It's a good thing. I mean, of course, from the time I posted on Facebook, I mean, I think that was the 1st of June. I mean, I've just got nothing but phone calls and text messages and emails and Facebook and every day someone is sending me a PayPal for a reserved parking spot, or we've sold a raffle ticket on PayPal. I mean, there's just something that's been going on since the 5th of June since I posted. So that's great.
We'll get into this before let you go, and I know you got work in the morning and stuff. Everybody's been seeing some things that you've been putting on Facebook, the safety, the adults for your kids running the junior classes. Reach out to your friends that say, hey, look, you got to bring some type of verification, birth certificate or what have you. And That's not Jamie's rule. That's State Line's rule, and what
Yeah.
Jamie wants to do, he wants to abide by all their insurance policies. Make sure everybody's taken care of. Make sure your helmets inspect teams and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So if anything does happen, you got a good lid on your head.
Yeah.
Just small things like that. And I do believe that you said pre-registration will be up. Maybe this week or something.
Pre-registration should. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to butt in. Pre-registration should be coming up. Sometime here this week. Hopefully, the beginning of next week. I know Ginger, had a long weekend out at SEMO and everything. So, I've been kind of Facebooking her back and forth, and I know she'll get that pre-registration up. It's not a pre-entry. I mean, we're not taking any money for this. This is just a registration, so you can go online and get your go-kart, get your name, number, address, any of your sponsors. We'll also have some forums on Saturday, July the 23rd. We want to make sure when the racers are out on the racetrack, we want to make sure that their sponsors are getting plugged too, because without the sponsors, of course, I can't do what I'm doing, and without sponsors, I mean, I know a lot of the racers can't do what they're doing either. But going back to the safety, I know I've posted a couple things on Facebook. I posted it from my cell phone today, and I kind of messed up a little bit. I just want to clarify on the helmet situation. That is a Snell 2005 SA or an ECE. ECE is more from Canada, which we will have racers coming in from Canada. As long as it's a 2005 rating or newer, that is a safe helmet to run. So we're going to check that. I mean, that will be part of a pre-race safety tech, and we will have helmet stickers and, of course, kart stickers to where you've passed. I've also confirmed that there will be an ambulance on site from the time we start qualifying, or from the time we start practice until the last until the last race is over with. So safety is definitely a big thing. I definitely don't want to see someone get hurt. I know racing is racing. I've seen it many times. I've been a part of it myself. But there's been some things in kart racing that we've kind of got a little bit laxed on. Helmets, that's something that, you should always have a good helmet. I mean, no matter what, you should never skimp on a helmet. So, and then also with the minors, any minors, like you said, they need to bring a birth certificate. If they have a legal parent with them, that's fine. But if there is not one legal parent with them, they need to have a power of attorney notarized. If anybody needs that, it's on the Midwest Race of Champions Facebook page. If you have problems, just get a hold of me. I've actually got some spare copies. I can stick it in the mail or whatever. So, like you said, we're going to Scott's racetrack, and I absolutely 100% have to abide by his insurance rules, and I want to make sure that that's clear, that we're going to check helmets. I mean, that's going to be a number one priority, and we're also going to make sure that, kids have a legal guardian or, a power of attorney in case something would happen. You definitely don't want a kid. You don't want an adult either, but, I mean, you don't want a kid to get in a bad wreck or something and, not have the proper documentation and stuff, if they need treatment and things like that. So those are things that we stepped up on this year big time. So I just want to make sure that anybody listening, if you have any questions, you can always Facebook me. Like I said, the forum is online. You can click on it, and it'll give you everything you need to know, and get that signed and get that power of attorney notarized, and you're good to go. So.
All right. Well, man, I can't wait till July 23rd here. It's going to be a great time and definitely a great show and nice little ride out for me. But we're coming out bringing some Pennsylvanians with us. They'll be riding with us, so they're going to be they're going to come out and try and take this Midwestern race the champion's crown back with him. But Jamie, you have yourself a great night.
Real